Okay, another practice. It was the exact same setup as it was yesterday as far as the focus on our older guys earlier in practice, the focus on our younger guys later in practice. It was really good to be outside. Yesterday we were inside because of the weather. It was extremely hot. It was extremely humid. It was really a good test for our players, and had to fight through. And I think for the most part, our older guys did a solid job of that. I think they're in good shape, mentally, physically. The young guys, it was good to see those guys, who would fight through and all that. And like I told them, there's some of those young guys that's going to be helping us. We're, 30 days away from our first game, and it was a good test for those guys too. But I thought that was really the thing that really stood out to me. Last day in just helmet only, we got some good information, about our young guys from the first 2 days, as far as just the talent level, which it looks like we've got some guys that are extremely talented. Just need to figure out what's going on and learn their assignments. Tomorrow we're going to go out in pads, and it'll be a physical practice. We'll learn a whole lot more tomorrow as far as that goes. Marlon Character was out there today for the first time in helmets only, and did a solid job. But overall, I thought the older guys, offensively and defensively, you can tell they're farther ahead, and they did a solid job. And the young guys, I'm encouraged with their talent level. They just got to, figure out what's going on in the expectations as far as that goes. Questions?
With the running back situation, has there been any thought of moving Stephen Davis Jr. or even Rudy Ford over there at all?
Yeah, Stephen Davis Jr. is playing some tailback, and Petway and Carry On had very good days. Of course, we thought they would. Chandler Cox is also playing some tailback. All three of those guys are veteran guys. Did a very solid job today, as far as that goes. But we feel good about our depth. As far as at this point, we're not moving any defensive players over. We feel good about what we've got.
What do you like about Davis?
Well, he's a big athletic guy. We've seen him for 2 days, but he was a very good football player, really on both sides of the football. Coming out of high school, still figuring out what's going on. But he's a big guy that can run. So after we get in pads a little bit, we'll have a little more information as far as he goes.
What other position are you looking at him to play on the other side of the ball defense?
Well, right now he's playing running back. So I think the defense would take him at safety. We were talking about safety. We decided to put him at running back first, and we'll give him a chance to do that, and we'll see how it goes.
Gus, where does Cameron Martin kind of fit into the hierarchy there?
Yeah, Cameron Martin's got a lot of talent, and he's a guy that really the last 2 days he stood out. When we got him here, we knew he was a special type talent. It's just a matter of how quick he can figure it out. But he's extremely quick. He's got a lot of natural things to him, and he's a real attention to detail guy. It's real important to him. So that's encouraging. Malik Miller's another guy that he is much improved from the spring, and he really stood out to me in a positive way the first 2 days too. So. We've got some guys battling out. That competition's always going to be good, but I would say the two older guys, and Petway and Carryon Johnson, and really probably Chandler Cox. They were all very, very good today.
With Carryon, you touted his versatility at SEC Media Days. Do you want to now limit him with kick returns and maybe some of the Wildcats?
No, you think about Trey Mason when he returned kickoffs for us. As far as that goes, Carryon Johnson was one of the better kickoff return guys in our league last year, along with Rudy Ford. So we still expect him to do that.
Yes, when Jovon says that everything about the coaching staff isn't what it seems, that he never had a real relationship with you, how do you react? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, all I'm going to talk about the guys that are on our team. He's no longer on our team.
Is Marshall Taylor's absence related to Javon's dismissal?
No, Marshall Taylor's taking care of some stuff, and that's separate, and that's just with him.
Is he still part of the program, Gus, Marshall Taylor?
As of right now. He's taking care of some personal business. We'll see what happens, like I told you yesterday.
Okay.
Gus, Carry On. How does he look? How does he carry in that additional weight? Because he's a whole lot bigger than he was last year.
Yeah, he's stronger. He's put on a lot of muscle. He's still just as quick. Could be a little faster. And anytime you're a true freshman, that first full year really helps. And even though he didn't go through spring, he was still able to train. And you know, he's got a year under his belt of knowing what's going on, and he's just a more confident player.
What differences are you seeing in the quarterbacks, you know, in the last couple of days as opposed to in the spring?
They're more confident. They're more attention to detail. They know when they do something wrong, they can correct themselves. There's great competition. I mean, all three of those guys are rolling up their sleeves and they're competing, trying to win the job. And but I would say they're much improved from the spring. But we expected them to do that. And so it'll be a good competition.
Gus, as Nick Coe, Marlon Character, and Steve Davis all been cleared by the NCAA, 100%.
Yes, yeah, they're here ready to go.
3 years in a row now, 100%
Yeah.
guys qualified. What does that mean to your program?
Well, I think it says a lot about the guys we're recruiting. I think it says a lot about their family. I think it says a lot about our coaching staff, you know, as far as going after those type guys. And so that's, I think that's a real positive and encouraging thing.
Take a few more. Gus, what have you seen out of TJ Neal, just his ability to come here and get involved?
Yeah. You know, he's a veteran guy. He picks up things quick. I mean, I'm curious to see him in pads. You know, he's one of those guys that, you know, if you watch when he was at his previous school, he's a physical guy and really did a good job of playing in the box. But he's a veteran guy. He picks up things quick. He can make adjustments. So we'll be curious to see how he does once we get pads.
You know, linebacker's always a leadership spot. What have you seen out of Trey Williams?
Yeah.
Kind of carried.
Yeah, Trey Williams is really our leader out there at linebacker. He's one of our defensive leaders too, and one of our team leaders. And I just think he's in a great spot. You know, you think about Trey, I think of character. I mean, he's a hard worker. He's got great character. He's got football IQ. He's one of those guys when he gets out on the field, he plays faster and just raises level and leads by example. So, you know, he's one of our defensive leaders, and you know, feel very good about, you know, him leading the defense.
You know, Gus, last year, Carry-On had that slot receiver type role as well. So with that task responsibility now, who fills that role maybe on this team early on?
You know, we'll see once we get a little closer to game plan and all that. We got a lot of different options, and you know, he's got the versatility. We could put him out there too at times. So we still got a lot of things that we can do. And you know, this fall camp, you know, we're kind of moving some pieces around and getting some guys some different looks at doing some different things. So, you know, I don't want to say what our game plan will be first game, but we'll have some guys that will be able to fill those roles they have in the past.
All right, Coach.
Thank y'all.